Hey, this is Kenny from Kenny's Audiophile Record Reviews. Thank you very much for viewing my channel. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. That'll help me out. In this video, I thought I'd do a video in respect and in tribute to Burt Bacharach, who passed away February 8th, 2023. This video I'm going to show, I have a small handful of Burt Bacharach records, not a lot, just a few. I'm going to show those. And also I'm going to mention and show some album covers of a few artists and singers who did a fabulous job interpreting the work of Burt Bacharach on their albums. So I'm going to mention some of my favorite songs through some of these artists also in this video. And this video is in tribute to lyricist Hal David as well, his writing partner, Hal David. So this is for Burt Bacharach and Hal David. Burt Bacharach, when I was thinking about doing this video, I was going to write a paragraph or a page on Burt Bacharach, and I walked away with one word in replacement of that, and that word is prolific. He was just simply outstanding as a songwriter, piano player, record producer, and composer. He was just amongst the best. You know, some others come to mind, like, for example, Holland Dozier Holland at Motown, you know, maybe Gamble and Huff. But there's some people in this world who stand head and shoulders above the crowd. For some reason, God bless these individuals and these groups of people that way. And here's some examples, like in sports, in the National Basketball Association here in the United States, NBA, you know, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, you know, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. They stand, you know, Stephen Curry, they're head and shoulders above everybody else. In the National Football League, some examples are Jim Brown and Tom Brady, Walter Payton. In the National Hockey League, you know, it's Wayne Gretzky, Bobby Orr, Ken Dryden. In professional baseball, Willie Mays, and there's many others, you know, Mickey Mantle. They stand head and shoulders above others. I mean, they're just so outstanding, you know, a player like Sandy Koufax in baseball. And I mentioned those players to create a pedestal to put Burt Bacharach. Burt Bacharach is the cream of the crop, on the top of the heap in music. He's in that category with Lennon McCartney. Lennon McCartney of the Beatles had that run where they just couldn't go wrong with their songwriting. So he is an elite artist in the music industry, and his music, of him and Hal David as well, Burt Bacharach and Hal David, it had a tremendous effect on the music industry. It affected the lives and livelihoods of many artists like Dionne Warwick and Dusty Springfield, B.J. Thomas, and I can go on and on. He was just a prolific performer, and he touched many generations from, you know, the early 60s through, you know, the 80s on up. You know, he would touch the R&B community, with his through Luther Vandross and his version of A House Is Not a Home. So he touched many generations of artists over the years and decades. And so I thought I would take an opportunity to do this video in tribute to him. But like I said, I don't have too many Burt Bacharach albums. I'm going to show those, and I'm also show you some album covers. And showing those album covers, I'm going to mention some of my favorite Burt Bacharach, Hal David songs. Not all of them, because, you know, there's just many to list. But this is just a few. And I'm going to start with the album covers that I have. This is his Futures album on A&M Records, I believe. It is on A&M Records. This is one of his earlier albums. I'll show you the songs on this album. There's a few of the songs on this album. This is a greatest hits album by Burt Bacharach. I picked these up over the years because I'm a big fan of Burt Bacharach and Hal David, and I love all their work. So when I see them, I buy them. So these are the ones I purchased over the years. This is an in concert Burt Bacharach album. Burt Bacharach, Close to You and One Less Bell to Answer. Now, those two songs I'm going to mention as part of my favorites list done by other artists coming up. Close to You and One Less Bell to Answer. Reach Out on A&M Records, Burt Bacharach. Living Together album. I assume he must have been close to Herb Alpert because Herb Alpert was, a big part of A&M Records. So he must have been very close to Herb Alpert as well, I would assume, over the years. And this is his album, Make It Easy on Yourself. Now, there's a song on this album. It's an instrumental song. And the name of the song is She's Gone Away. And it is a somber song, an instrumental song. And the trumpet player on this song, through the direction of Burt Bacharach, does a fabulous job of conveying the emotion of a breakup. She's Gone Away. And I'm going to leave the link to that song in the description below. She's Gone Away by Burt Bacharach. It's an amazing instrumental song that conveys the emotion of a breakup. Now I'm going to get to some of the albums performed by other artists. But before I do that, real quick, this album by the Anita Kerr Singers, called the Anita Kerr Singers, reflect on the hits of Burt Bacharach and Hal David. It's an easy listening vocal album. And I did a video on this album in 2022. And I'll leave the link to that video in the description below. But one of my favorite Burt Bacharach songs, Hal David songs, is One Less Bell to Answer, fabulously performed by the Fifth Dimension. It's a great song. I remember that as a child, actually. Now, this one most people don't think of when they consider Burt Bacharach and Hal David, this group. This is a pop rock group called Love. And they had a song called My Little Red Book, and that's a Burt Bacharach song, and it's done by this pop rock group Love, one of my favorite groups. And I'll leave the link to this and all the songs in the description below. But My Little Red Book by the group Love. I love their take or version on that song. The Windows of the World is another one of my favorites, performed by Dionne Warwick. It's a great song. Make Way for Dionne Warwick. On this album, the song Walk On By is on this album. And there's several other, let's see if you can see, Burt Bacharach, Hal David songs in this album as well. But Walk On By Dionne Warwick is one of my favorite Burt Bacharach songs. A House Without a Home is on here. That's another one. They Long to Be Close to You. Reach Out for Me. There's several on this album as well. The Look of Love by Sergio Mendes in Brasil 66. Although this is not, I don't think, the best version of The Look of Love. That belongs to Dusty Springfield. Her version of The Look of Love, I think, is the best, with her amazing amazing voice and vocals. Dusty Springfield, The Look of Love. This is a cool, easy listening song, Close to You, by the Carpenters. They're an amazing vocal group, amazing voice, fabulous voice of Karen Carpenter. Close to You by the Carpenters is one of my favorite Burt Bacharach, Hal David songs. Now, this song was written for Herb Alpert, who was actually a trained trumpet player, but not necessarily a trained vocalist per se. He was known for his trumpet playing, but he'd sing a little bit on occasions. And the song, This Guy's in Love with You, this is his greatest hits album, Volume 2, is one of my favorite Burt Bacharach, Hal David songs. This Guy's in Love with You. Here's another one. The song on this album, Here Where There's Love, the song Go With Love is a very nice song performed by Dionne Warwick. Also has the famous song Alfie on this album as well. But Go With Love, I love that song. Here's some list of songs on this album. And one more, and I'm going to give some others on a list as well that I have aside. The song, I Say a Little Prayer. I think this is the best version of the song performed by, I think, the greatest singer of all time, Aretha Franklin. I Say a Little Prayer performed by Aretha Franklin. And here's a few more on the list I have. Just 3, 4, 5 more. The Walker Brothers had a song called Make It Easy on Yourself by the Walker Brothers. That's another Burt Bacharach song. Another one that's underrated, it doesn't get a lot of hype. It's by Andy Williams. It's called Can't Get Used to Losing You. That's a fabulous Andy Williams song. Another one, an obvious one by B.J. Thomas, sung by B.J. Thomas, Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. And another one by Dusty Springfield, I Just Don't Know What to Do with Myself. I believe that's the name of the song. I Just Don't Know What to Do with Myself by Dusty Springfield. So those are just a few of the Burt Bacharach, Hal David songs I love. And there's many, many, many more I can mention. They were that prolific. But I really enjoyed and appreciated and really vibe to the music of Burt Bacharach and Hal David. It will be a huge part of my life. It always will be. They were that great as songwriters, composers, record producers, and a piano player on Burt Bacharach's part. I really love his work, and like I said, his music will be in my heart, soul, and mind forever. Please leave your favorite songs, Burt Bacharach, Hal David songs, in the comment section below. Thank you very much for viewing this video. God bless Burt Bacharach. God bless you. God bless to all. Love and peace to all.